Quadratic equations and quadratic functions. This is chapter 7. And yesterday we have seen how to use different methods to solve quadratic equations, right? We learned about the quadratic formula, and that's a very good formula. You can apply to any quadratic equation. You can solve any kind of quadratic equation. You can solve, find if it has two solutions, one solution. Sometimes it doesn't have a real solution, but it still can solve. And okay, Joelian. Okay, Joelian, let me try to invite you. Thank you. Great, great. I think you're here now. Nice. And this is what we have seen yesterday. We are solving equations. I asked you, I don't know if you remember, I asked you, tell me which method do you want me to solve this quadratic equation? The equation is this one. You want me to use the first method to factor out and apply the zero product rule. You want the second method to complete the square and apply the square root property, or just use the quadratic formula and find the answer. And yesterday, I don't remember exactly which option you selected. I think it was the quadratic formula. But today, on the review, we will see how to apply the complete the square method with the square root property. Okay? And check this out. We have x squared plus 6x equals negative 8. If the coefficient b, and b is this one, the coefficient b is equals to 6 on that equation. If this is an even number, you can easily complete the square, because you're going to divide b by 2, so 6 divided by 2 is 3. Square, and then you find 3 squared is 9. You add 9 to both sides of the equation, right? So add, and you're going to find this x squared plus 6x plus 9 equals negative 8 plus 9 is 1, right? On the left-hand side, you will end up with a perfect square trinomial. You can change it. You can substitute this perfect square trinomial by the square. X plus b equals square. So x plus b equals 3 square equals to negative 8 plus 1, 1. Nice, because now we can apply the square root property. Apply square root on both sides, and you're going to find x plus 3 equals positive or negative square root of 1. The first solution is going to be for x plus 3 equals negative 1. The second solution for x plus 3 equals positive 1. But there's a problem. The numbers are missing here at the end, on the last line. Can you help me? Can you tell me what are the numbers missing on the last line? I will ask for, I'm going to invite a couple of students to help me, and then you send me a message with the right answer. So let's try. On the first solution, I think we're gonna try negative 4. You can plug in here negative 4. Negative 4 plus 3 equals to negative 1. So this is right. Perfect. Yes. The first one, x equals negative 4. The second solution, we can plug in here negative 2. Negative 2 plus 3 equals 1. Yes, that's right. So x equals negative 2. The answers are x equals negative 4 or x equals negative 2. Those are the right answers. Great, excellent, very good. Thank you, Kimani. Thank you, Dayanara. Very happy that you remember, that you know how to solve this equation. No matter, again, remember, no matter the methods that you select, the answer is going to be the same. At the end, you're going to find the same numbers, okay? Moving on, today we're going to work on something that is not so straightforward, it's not so easy, I think. It's a bit hard work. Solving equations using substitution. And what do I mean? Let's say we have this very long, it looks like very complicated equation. Look, x minus 5 inside parentheses is squared equals minus 16. X minus 5 is squared inside parentheses plus 39. This is a long, it looks like a very complicated equation, and we might work and try to simplify, try to apply distributive property, apply the square on this term, and combine like terms. A lot of work to do here to simplify. Or there's another method, another way. You can use substitution. What we will do is just guess, just assume a variable, any letter, any variable. I will say, let's use u. You're going to assume a variable u and make this variable equals to, because I'm noticing we have x minus 5 here and x minus 5 there. So we can make u equals to x minus 5. Okay? Now we plug into the equation. We're going to substitute x minus 5 by u. We have u squared minus 16 u plus 39 equals 0, right? Now this looks much nicer, much simpler, right? Look at that. U squared minus 16u plus 39 is a quadratic equation that we can solve using the quadratic formula or using any other methods. That's the whole point. After that, we find the solution for u, and then we need to find x. If u equals to x minus 5, x equals u plus 5. And then we can find x based on the solutions we just found for u. Looks a bit confusing? Yes, I agree. Looks a little bit complicated? Yes, I agree. But let's try, and we will practice on the quiz. And at the end of the quiz, I will give you the answers so you can compare, you can check, you can make sure you got the right solutions. Let's use the same example. This x minus 5 squared minus 16 times x minus 5 plus 39. We will use u as a variable, which is equals to x minus 5, right? And we're gonna substitute x minus 5 by oh no, you got the right answer. -4 is right. Jaden, -4 is right. The other one is -2. Anyways, let's go on here. U and u, right? Now substitute u, x minus 5 by u, and you have u squared minus 16 u plus 39 equals 0. Okay? This is an equation that you can solve using maybe, I don't know, AC method, the factoring method. A times C is 39, B equals -16, so we need to find two numbers that multiplied is equals to 39, and the sum of the numbers equals 16. It's going to be 3 and 13, actually -3 and -13, right? Because -3 times -13 is positive 39, -3 minus 13 is 16. So the numbers are this. We will factor out, and then we can write the equation as u minus 3 times u minus 13 equals 0. Right? The first solution is going to be for u minus 3 equals 0, or u equals 3. The second solution is for u minus 13 equals 0. That means u equals 13. Okay? we found both solutions for u. Now we need to find x. And again, if u equals x minus 5, that means x equals u plus 5. Now I'm going to use this, x equals u plus 5. And the first one, x equals u plus 5. The first answer we have is u equals 3, that means 3 plus 5 equals 8. And the second answer is x equals, again, u plus 5. And the second solution, we have 13 plus 5 equals 18, right? The answers are x equals 8 or x equals 18. Now, let me show the whole thing, zoom out and show the whole problem. Tell me if you can understand, if you can see what we have done. We've created a variable u that is equal to x minus 5, and at the end, after we solved and find the answers for u, we change it again, substitute by x equals u plus 5, and then we found the solution for x. Tell me if it makes sense, if it's too hard or complicated or confusing. And if you say yes, it's too confusing, I will agree, it's a little bit confusing, but we need to practice, okay? We need to practice a little bit. Oh no. Okay, Joelian, okay. I'm gonna give you I'm gonna mark that you're having connection problems. All right, if you have questions, send me a message. If you are, again, this is something that you can search on Google. I'm a little bit sad because nobody tried to search on Google or to find the numbers. You just need to type on Google, I am Pascal, so Pascal's tree, Pascal's triangle, and you will be able to find the answer. But you also can make sense of the numbers. Have a look, because to find, this is a triangle that goes on and on. Okay, you can always add a new line at the bottom of the triangle. To find the line at the bottom, you just have to add the two numbers right above each number. Let's say, to find out the number behind the strawberry, we're gonna add the two numbers on the top. One is 0, another one is 1. So it's gonna be 1. To find the number behind the coconuts, we add the two numbers on the top. Is 1 and 4. So 1 plus 4, 5. To find the two numbers behind the pear, we need to add the two numbers on the top. It's going to be the 4 and the 6, right? 4 plus 6, 10. Same thing with the watermelon. We add the 6 and the 4, is also 10. The pear, we add the 4 with the 1, is 5. And finally the apple, 1 plus 0 is 1. 1 plus 5 plus 10, which is equals to 10 plus 5 plus 1 is equals 16. 16 is the right answer. So you type here, 16 is the answer for today's bell work. 16 is the right answer. Thank you, Anara. Thank you, Adriana. Thank you, Kimani. And Anthony, and I'm a little bit sad that you didn't find the answer. Just need to search on Google. But anyways, next time maybe you're gonna be able to find the right answer. And today, this is just a game, just a warm-up game, so we can practice after that on the quiz. Okay. Next, type the answer 16, and let's move on. Let's work on the quiz. I want to share with you the whiteboard, so you can use the whiteboard, you can practice. So I'm gonna unshare the screen and call here the whiteboard. I'm gonna also, you can use the whiteboard on Teams, or you can also open the app. I'm gonna give you a link if you want to use the whiteboard app. And give me a feedback, okay, if this is working, if you can open the whiteboard, you can draw, you can zoom. All right, for these questions, you're going to solve using substitution. Let's say, let me start a few of these questions. You're going to have x plus 2 and x plus 2, so you make u equals x plus 2, and then find the answer. Here again, w plus 3 and w plus 3, let's say this is k, w plus 3, now we're going to use variable k equals w plus 3, substitute and find the answer. Letter C, same thing. Now it's y plus 5, y plus 5. You can use any letter, any variable. Let's stick here to u and k. U equals y plus 5. Letter A, B, and C, you have to solve like the example we worked before. You substitute into the equation, find the solution for u, and then you change again, substitute again, and find the solution for x. I want to solve letter D. This one example is a little bit different from the example we worked before. We can make u equals square root of y. That means u squared equals to y, right? So we have this, u equals square root of y, and u squared equals to y. Now we can substitute into this equation. Y is u squared plus 6u, and move this 16 to the left hand side of the equation. You're going to have minus 16 equals u. We can solve this by factoring out AC equals negative 16, B equals 6. So we can find a couple of numbers. The multiplied is equals to negative 16, and the sum is 6. It's going to be 2 and 8, negative 2 and 8. Negative 2 times 8 is negative 16. Negative 2 plus 8, 6. Nice. That means we can factor out this u minus 2 times u plus 8 equals 0. The first solution is for u minus 2 equals 0. U equals 2. The second solution, u plus 8 equals 0. That means u equals negative 8. Now, bring this thing. Look, u squared equals y. That means y equals u squared. Nice? Y equals u squared. 2 squared. Y equals 4. Or y equals u squared. Negative 8 squared, which is 64. When you're using these methods, you have to plug in the solutions you found into the original equation, because this is a solution for the the equation, the substituted equation, the equation in U, but you have to plug in into the original one in Y. So plug in 4. 4 plus 6 times the square root of 4 is 2. 4 plus 6 times 2 is 16. 16 equals 16. Nice. 4 is a good solution. Now plug in 64. 64. 64 plus 6 times the square root of 64 is 8. Is this equals to 16? No, 64 plus 6 times square root of 64. 64 plus 48 is not 16. So this is not a good solution. Bad solution. And the only solution we have is 4. Well, let me tell you something. Hello, Timothy. Hello, Timothy. Let me tell you, I'm going to be honest with you. Sometimes this is not straightforward because you have to do changes and change again. At the end, you have to plug in and try the solutions to make sure you get the right answer. So at the end of this period, I'm going to show all the solutions, okay? All the answers. Because I know this is a bit hard. Even for the app, the photo app, on the last questions here, I tried the questions from A to I. I think the app answered nice, was good, but the questions J, K, and L, the PhotoMath app made a mistake. So even for the app, this is kind of a question. This kind of questions are a little bit hard. Okay, so don't worry. Try to work. Try to understand how to solve